What's going on, everyone? I'm Encore. This is Tomorrow Never Comes, and it is good to be home. Columbus, Ohio was a beautiful place. Great experience. Great summit of greatness from Lewis Howes. But it's nice to be back in Toronto, Canada. It's very nice. Home is where the heart is, right? But what's the point of this video? And I've kind of stated that something is coming. Something's coming in the pipeline or down the pipeline. And right now these are thoughts that I have, and I wanted to share that and kind of talk my way through those thoughts. Going to this summit of greatness was amazing. Going to any event, where you have speakers and they're sharing their story and their, how they kind of went from not necessarily bottom, but maybe a tough time and reached a point where they get to help other people. They just reached a platform where they're able to do that. You see not only their story, but then the audience and how they react to that and the feedback that they have, just with their energy, right? With the vibe that they have in there. And it's great. Everyone's inspired. The thing is that what happens when you leave? And this is a summit that I went to in 2019, pre-pandemic, and it's taken this long for it to kind of come back. And you always wonder, and you always feel a little bit of a dump after, a little bit of a, I'm not going to call it adrenaline dump, maybe an energy dump, inspiration dump, because you go back into your regular life. But being there and being in those environments, it's kind of like seeing people the best versions of themselves and your own and yourself. Everyone's positive. Everyone's engaged. Everyone is open to meeting other people and sharing each other's story and actually being genuinely authentic in their curiosity for somebody else to share their story. But then you go back to regular life and it's not that. So I've named this channel Tomorrow Never Comes, and if you haven't heard the story, you can see some other videos that I've done previously about it. But what I see in these environments and what I saw over the weekend is that's literally what that's how they would interact if tomorrow never comes for them. There's a sense of love for the life that they have, right? A thirst for the joy, the happiness, and all that kind of stuff. So what's going on in my head, and you guys can tell there's some thoughts that are happening, is I'd like to interview people around the notion of what was their tomorrow never comes moment. We all have them. For me, this is the crypto space. It's something I couldn't wait for, and I had to jump on, and it transitioned my life from one of healthcare, being a chiropractor and an acupuncturist, with no financial interest or literacy, straight into crypto or stocks in crypto investing, and I mean now almost entirely in crypto in terms of energy and focus, and along with that coming a considerable amount on financial literacy compared to what I had before. So that was my transition, and I would love to speak to people, and I met so many there at the conference, and those friends that I went to as well are having their own tomorrow never comes moment, transitioning and doing certain things outside or away from what they have been doing for the last 15, 20 years. And so I think it'd be great to share that moment. And again, when I say tomorrow never comes, I don't necessarily mean a bucket list. It's not I want to do the roller coaster, or I want to go to the amusement park, and I want to snowboard or jump off a cliff. Like, that's part of it. But the main part is doing the things that you want to do. And those things may be tough. Like, if you want to learn a new language, it's not easy. It's not fun in the beginning because there's that learning curve. It's a process. You may look foolish or feel foolish in the beginning, and it may take you a while. That's hard, and that's hard to stick to. But that's part of the tomorrow never comes. That is something that you always wanted to do. You always wanted to learn a certain language, and you never cared to kind of dive all in. So that's part of that. So it's not just a bucket list of fun. It's what are the things that you find important, and that could change as time goes on, right? What you find important, or a tomorrow never comes type thought process today, 6 months, 8 months later may change, may evolve into something else. But I want to get everybody started. And I would love for other people to share their moment. Because I had mine. You know, you can have several moments, but there's typically one moment that sticks out for you, even though the process may be a gradual one of transition or jumping all into something else. But there's always that one moment where you're like, that was the moment that my life shifted, that I couldn't go back to what I was doing in the way that I was doing it. Okay, so that's something that's going on in my brain, and I think it's important for that to be shared. I would love to, even just from a personal and selfish reason, I would love to hear other people's tomorrow never comes moment. And so that's going to be something that I'm kind of working on behind the scenes, bringing on some guests, going through that process, and sharing it with all of you. So, you know, hit the like button if that is definitely something, and that just lets me know that this is something that would be of interest to you going forward. It's something that excites me. Hopefully it excites you, and we'll see what I can produce, what we can all produce together going forward. So, you know, I just wanted to share my thoughts. We'll see what comes of it going forward, but it's definitely something that's going to be coming down the pipeline. All right, so stay tuned, guys. Always say tomorrow never comes. That's what this whole thing's been about. Take action, invest in yourself today, and I will see you guys in the next video.